back to Comm 101. So Jeff Bezos and astronaut Lauren Sanchez's wedding was this past week in Venice, Italy. And while Lauren Sanchez cosplayed as a way less attractive Sophia Loren, who, by the way, grew up in poverty, fatherless, and during World War II in a town outside of Naples, and was injured by shrapnel during a bombing raid. Her grandmother had set up a pub in their living room, and Sophia, her sister Maria, their mother, and her grandmother all served drinks and sang for American GIs during the war. Some of us, I guess, all do what we can to fight fascism. Others, however, descend upon a sinking city that a billionaire is using as his own personal playground. I've been to Venice. It is absolutely beautiful. In fact, Venice was my favorite stop on my short tour of Italy that I was on a few years ago. It's a great city to just wander in. And places like Venice are really hard. Hard because most of cities like Venice's survival is, in fact, reliant on tourism dollars. But it's also one of the places that is perennially over-toured. It's beautiful and authentic, and its people are welcoming. But it is sinking. And so the people of Venice, along with Greenpeace Italy and a group from the UK called Everyone Hates Elon Musk, protested in full force. They hung signs and banners in St. Mark's Square and from the Rialto Bridge. The event organizers of the Bezos wedding and Venice's counselor for tourism have all denied that the wedding is opposed to the values of the city and is monopolizing the resources intended for its citizens and, other tourists as well. And we appreciate their point of view that a few dozen professional protesters do not represent the city of Venice. However, I do want to refer you back to last week's tip number 3 for media literacy, in which we consider stakeholders in evaluating why people might have a certain point of view with regard to what they publicize and how they frame their own arguments. The wedding is reported to have cost over $40 million. That's a number that most of us can really only dream about. And while Bezos has donated €1 million to a Venetian charity that studies Venice's lagoon ecosystem, and he requested that guests, in lieu of gifts, make donations to local Venetian charities, $40 million for 200 guests seems pretty crazy. Or am I crazy? I mean, come on. $40 million translates to about 10.5 million school lunches. And most of us, like with everything else, are being told we need to scrimp and save and protect our personal finances by not buying that coffee and protect the environment as if we're going to personally save the sea turtles by not using a straw. And we turn around after we watch 100 private jets land in a city that is sinking, and we see the likes of alleged environmentalist Leonardo DiCaprio attend this wedding, and alleged celebrities, the Kardashians, attend this wedding, and we watch them party on a mega yacht while we go to work. And don't even get me started on the pillager of communities himself, by way of overdevelopment and underfunding, Jared Kushner and his wife, piece of ass. I'm sorry. Is only her dad allowed to call her that? Sorry, Ivanka Trump. The thing is, I don't even have a problem with people making money. I have a problem with people stepping on the throats of other people to make money. I think capitalism, real capitalism, not cronyism and not cheating and stealing, does encourage good ideas and hard work. But I don't think that those who can't work hard for one reason or another, or who can't come up with a great idea, deserve to die or waste away in a system where somebody else is benefiting from their labor. And I don't think that starting off with a trust fund makes you better than anybody else. It just makes you less risk averse, Donnie, and it still means that you can go ahead and go bankrupt 6 times. I do also think that bankruptcy laws need to be changed, but God knows that won't happen. And so a progressive tax rate is okay by me, but we need to close the loopholes. Because the bottom line is, you and I are paying more money in taxes than Bezos and Musk. And they have more money than a lot of small countries. They have more money than they can probably spend in 3 lifetimes. And there's simply no reason for it when there are children starving the world over. It is estimated that Jeff Bezos' true tax rate is less than 1%. Now, I know mine isn't, and I bet yours isn't either. Think about that the next time you're worried if your kid's school is getting enough funding. So, while Venice sinks, let them shoot foam at each other. See you next time on Comm 101.